And what's going on, guys? Blake here, going to make my first attempt at a pre-recorded video instead of a live stream. I have no editing skills whatsoever, so my plan is just to shoot a few different recordings, try to bind them together and make it look like something. So yeah, we're going to do Delta Flight 1265, which is a made-up flight number. I'm not one of them ones to go look up real flight numbers and get that crazy with it. Sitting here in Tallahassee, as you can see, and we're going to head north up to Atlanta in a 42-minute flight from wheels up to wheels down to cruising altitude of 27,000 feet, and just see what we can do on making a little video. So everything is already set up in the airplane. Not going to go through the route and all that good stuff. Nobody really cares about all that mess. So let's see, before start checklist. Maintenance log and tail, onboard and checked. Cockpit prep is complete. Gear pins and covers removed. Signs on auto. 8 is nav. Fuel, 9.8 is required, and we've got 10.8 on board. Altimeters, 3009 set. EFBS checked. Windows, doors, and slides closed and on. Beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brakes on. And transponder is auto. Now for today's pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please. You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Alrighty. Starting one.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brake set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the right-hand side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Alright, got a good start on engine one. Short taxi, going to do a 2-engine taxi. Starting 2. And it looks like we got a little bit of weather in the area. When we first popped up at the airport, it was a lot more gray than the blue we're seeing right now, so it looks like it's pushing out of the area. Alright, there we go. Got a good start on engine 2. Brake pressure check. Pressure is green. Cool. For the after start checklist, engine anti-ice is off, yellow electric pump is off, and rudder trim is 0. I should have done that before the taxi, but hey, it's a simulator. Alright, so flight controls check. If I can see the line at the same time, cool. Got full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. We'll do a little rudder action. Full left and full right, neutral. Alright, so it'd be before takeoff checklist to the line. Gross weight comparisons complete. Pitch trim 30% CG set. V1 VR V2 flex. V1 125, VR 126, V2 130, flex 55. Flaps config 2. Flight instruments checked. Flight controls checked. ECAM memo takeoff all green. ECAM status check. PWS is on auto. TCAS TARA. Cabin crews advised mini brief is complete. Before takeoff checklist to the line is complete. Before takeoff checklist, below the line. Takeoff runway 36 is confirmed. Fuel 9.8 is required. We've got 10.8 on board. Engine mode selector, normal, bleeds and packs are set. Let's rock and roll. Alright. Lined up on a 004 heading. Go nav. And flex SRS auto thrust blue. Positive brake. flaps 1. And flaps up. Alright, so one thing you probably don't ever really hear me do is the after takeoff checklist, which is done silently. The after takeoff checklist, as many could guess, there's 10,000. Would be landing gear, which is up, flaps, retracted bleeds, pack set, and APU off. There's none of the checklist to do until approach. Alright, so now that we're out of 10,000, going to join back up on the video on the descent. Alright, so we are on the descent into the Atlanta area. Slow our descent as we're getting down a little fast. Start down a little bit early. So we'll do an approach brief real quick, at least it's best one that I can do. So we are planning the ILS from a 27 left. ILS frequency is 108.5, which is in the box with the course heading of 275. Final approach fix is depot at 2,800 feet. We are planning a Cat 1 approach. So our minimums will be 200 with half-mile viz. Anyways, yeah, so 200 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 999 feet. If we go miss, climb to 1500, then a climbing left turn to 4000 on heading of 265, and inbound on RMG VOR radio 165 to duty. 31.3 DME, RMG radar, and hold. Sure do miss having these missed approach procedures automatically in the airplane. It's a standard glide slope, 3 degrees. We got approach lights with a papillon on the right, and again 1500 climbing left turn, 4000. 265 heading on a 165 radial from RMG to duty. Again, planning the Cat 1. Current weather. Now this is real life ATIS, and as we all know, the weather's somewhat old in the sim. But winds are 270 at 6, 10 statute miles, few at 2600, scattered 3600, scattered 8000, broken 20,000, broken 25,000, temperatures 24, dew point 17, altimeter 3009. They are using 26 right, 27 left, 28. We're planning on 27 left. And nothing else in there to be concerned of. So Terrain is not a factor. Weather should not be a factor, although it does look pretty nasty up ahead. But you can never tell, since the weather's always old. So once we land, we'll plan to exit on November 4. November Tango will cross, stay on Tango, and Lima. We'll be parking on the Delta Concourse, so we'll take Lima into the ramp. Anticipating a long dry runway, so we'll go auto brake low. Push buttons are pressed. I think that just about squares away for the approach brief. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask your questions in the comments. I'm not a real pilot, so I probably won't know just about everything anyone would ask, but I try my best. Or I'll hit up one of my many pilot buddies and ask them. Alright, so the original flight plan was supposed to bring us south of the airport and then turn back around, would fly east past the airport, then turn back around for the approach. But the airplane took it to bring us north of the airport, then east, then cross all the traffic for the 26 right approach. So instead of doing that, I went into heading mode and just brought the aircraft to intersect the approach for 27 left, which would be a little more realistic. Looking for traffic is a lot of times on these approaches into Atlanta, the traffic gets pretty stacked up, which is always really cool to see. And we will activate approach. Don't know where the airplane is going. Keep that turn coming around so it's not such a sharp turn to capture the localizer. Flaps 2. Loc Star. And glide slope. Autopilot 1 and 2, Cat 3 dual. Missed approach altitude is set.
$2,500.
spoilers.
Atlantic ground 3370, request taxi to
And
the
we
gate.
are not going to listen to that.
3370 taxi to gate Echo 36 using taxi.
We'll go flaps 3. Approach speed and flaps full. We're clear to land. And an airplane speeding on by in a pretty unrealistic way. I'm pretty sure that was the dude that went around out in front of us. So make sure we're stable by 1,000. It looks like we will be.
1,000.
Stable. This is a little bit late, but landing checklist, cabin crews advise, auto speed. Auto brakes low, ECAM, memo landing all green, gear down, signs on auto ground spoilers, armed flaps full. Landing checklist is complete. We'll get some stutters while it's trying to load all the gate airplanes.
Above. Minimum
Continue.
200. Minimum 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Spoilers, auto brakes, reverse green, spoilers, decel, something like that. Like the auto brakes don't have as much effect as they do in real life. I always end up having to use manual braking to get most of my stopping done. Alright, looks clear. Clear left and clear right. Now, since we're single pilot, it's hard to do while taxiing. Wait till we get on the straightaway and we'll clean the airplane up. Try to do it on the roll. Alright. Alright, so after landing, exterior lights are set, flaps, retracted, TCAS standby. Engine mode selector normal, ground spoilers are disarmed, radar and predictive wind shear is off. Alright. Cool. So parking brakes on. APU is on. Shut down the engines. Wait for this to come up. Clear it out. Cool. Beacon off. Seatbelt signs off. Turn that AC down so make sure it's a little warm outside. Yep, 24 degrees Celsius. It's pretty warm. And flight time was just about 58 minutes. One thing I did forget to do is coming out of reverse, and I do this all the time. I gotta get better at it. Coming out of reverse, gotta start the timer. Give the engines 3 minutes to stabilize before shutting them down. Alright, so for the parking checklist, slides are disarmed, engines off, seatbelt signs are off, exterior lights are set, ice protection off, fuel pumps off, yellow electric pump off, chalk signal is received, parking brake is on. Parking checklist is complete. And I think that will just about wrap it up. Thanks for checking out this video. If this even makes it on YouTube, about to go into any kind of editor I can find and start puzzle piecing some of these videos together. See how it turns out. It's probably going to suck. So anyways, thanks for following along, and until the next one, have a good one.